Hello and welcome to this channel. My name is Emma and this is a podcast where I talk about my knitting. And today I only have some knitting to show you. So let's get started. So I have one finished object today, a few works in progress, and one acquisition to show you. So my first finished object, and my only, is this one. And this is the Haïko vest, which is a pattern that I wrote. I just have to finish it, but this is a version that I made here. I just put one button at the top, and I made the size 3 months old. Let me check. No, I made the size 6 to 12 months old. Here it is. And the yarn that I used was Drops Lima, which was some stash yarn that I've had forever, so I wanted to use it, and I held it double. And since I made it for my baby, but since he's really big and really tall, I'm not sure if I want him to wear it or if I'm going to gift that to my little sister who is pregnant and she's gonna have a baby during the summer, and so I think this will also be perfect for her baby in like autumn. So maybe I will gift this to her. I made some buttonholes throughout the whole front, so I could have the option to actually put buttons all the way to the bottom, but I decided that I liked how it looked like this, and also I think it's quite good to have something that can be open at the front, especially for the big belly that babies have. And yeah, that's it. A very easy pattern, very quick to knit. It's in garter stitch, so back and forth, so we're only knitting, no purling, and yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say about it. I didn't use much yarn. How much did I use for this one? I didn't write it down, but I think I used 3 balls, if I'm on like 2.5, and I still have some left. So yeah, this was my finished object. Now for the works in progress. I'm going to start with the ones that I have here. This, I think you can see it, I have all my whips here. So I showed it to you last time, but I started a sock for my toddler who wanted a pair of socks for a long time, especially since I knit several ones for my partner. I sometimes knit some socks for me, so he wanted a pair. And we went to a yarn festival in October, I think, together with him. And so he picked some sock yarn, which is this one, and purple, because he likes purple, and so I could knit him a pair of socks. And I wanted to finish mine first, but then I thought, oh well, mine I have to make a lot of calculation and to finish the toes and everything, and I wanted him to be able to wear some socks. So anyway, I started his pair, and this is the first pair that I'm making for him. So I measured his feet to see how wide they were and how long too. And I don't know, since it was some sock yarn, I figured that it was a fingering weight yarn, but then when I started it, it was way too big, so I started again. And I think I made 48 stitches and I went down to 40. And I think it's more of a DK weight yarn. It's 100% wool, non-superwash, non-nylon, and it's a blend of two breeds. And where did I put the tag? I don't have it in there. How is it called? Sous le Noyer. It's a Belgium yarn, hand-dyed with plants. So I love these plants. And yeah, it's a little bit tough on the hands, and it's a little bit stiff too. And so I tried again with 40 stitches, and it seems to be perfect. So I did a 2x2 rib at the beginning here. I think I did 14 rounds. And then I did a 3x1 ribbing for the leg here. And now I'm doing a heel flap and gusset. Now for the size. Since I wasn't really sure, I figured that for my size, 56 stitches, I'm doing 16 repetitions of the 2 rows of knitting and purling. And so I figured that since I was doing knitting with 40 stitches here, I did the ratio and I had to knit 11.4 rows. Well, the double, but back and forth. And so I decided to knit 11, so 22 rows in total. And then I did the bottom of it here, the heel here, and now I'm just knitting in the round, doing the decreases here. I don't know how well you can see. And I stopped, so I still have 42 stitches because I wanted the socks to be a tiny bit wider for the feet, so it can be comfortable, because I thought that this was still a tiny bit, it was not big enough. It's stretchy, so it's good. And those are gonna be night socks, so he sleeps with the socks on because he loves it. And since those are DK weight socks anyway, it won't fit into shoes, and since it's the first pair for him that I'm making for him, I want to actually try with the feet before he spends like a whole day with some knitted socks in his shoes, in case it hurts him, because it's not exactly the right size. So all this to say, this is going quite high on his leg, but at least he's gonna be warm, and yeah, it seems really, really small, but it's ribbing, so it stretches a lot. And yeah, that's it. Now I just have to knit the leg and then do the toes. As always, I'm going to do some anatomical toes, so I'm going to have to calculate this also. But I'm really happy that I started this pair and that I restarted it and that it fits now. He was really happy, he tried them on, he was like, oh, this is really warm, they fit, they're a bit snug, but they fit. So I hope he's gonna wear them. And at least he's gonna be able to wear them, not throughout summer because it's gonna be too warm, but at least during spring and then autumn again, even though they're quite warm because it's for the night. Then the next one that I have, I'm gonna show you this one. This is the Franky sweater by Sandnes Garn. And I'm looking around, I don't have the tag for the yarn. The yarn is, how is it called? I'm gonna write it on the screen or down below. Everything is written in the description down below, and I have everything on my Ravelry page also. And this is a French yarn undyed, and it's woolen span. So it's going to bloom a lot when blocking, and also it's going to drape a lot more than this. It's a tiny bit stiff at the moment, but it's going to drape a lot more. So I finished the body here. The ribbing is longer than what I thought it would be, because when I kept trying it on and I was like, this is too small, this is too small. So I don't mind. In the pattern the ribbing is really, really long, and I think it's actually shorter than in the pattern. I made a lot of modifications, so if you want to have all the modifications that I made, you should go and watch the last episode where I described everything. But basically what I did was that I made less increases at the top part, because it has 50 centimeters of positive ease, which is way too much for me. So I wanted to have less, and the increases are not the same throughout the whole raglan. So we have 2 sets of increases, and then I picked up less stitches, a lot less stitches under the arm. I can't remember how many I picked up, but everything is written on my Ravelry page. And then I need the body longer. Since I made less increases for the raglan, the separation for the sleeves is higher, and so I needed to make a longer body than in the pattern. So I made a longer body here in stockinette stitch and a little bit less ribbing. It cinches in a little bit at the moment, but it will stretch out when blocking. And then for the sleeves, they're both on hold because I made some decreases, because I wanted to have tapered sleeves, because I don't like them when they're straight. In the pattern they're straight, and then there's a long cuff. But I do think that they're not wide enough. So I made the 2 sleeves to the right length where I wanted to start the ribbing. Maybe I can try it on. Let me check where the front is. Here. I'm going to show you. But I think the sleeves are too tight for my taste, because this is an oversized sweater, so I do want to have larger, like wider sleeves. And as you can see, I have a lot of room here, but not enough for the sleeves. And I think I can, when blocking, I can actually stretch the sleeves a little bit, but I also do want to reknit them, I think. I do like here how much ease I have, but yeah, I'm going to start again. So I wanted to show it to you before I rip everything up, but I'm going to restart the sleeves, both sleeves here. And I think this one is a little bit wider, it seems like it, maybe not. But yeah, and also since it's very large here, it's the shape is a little bit weird. I think this is because of the raglan, the way it's made, because usually with compound raglan you make more increases here for the body and less for the sleeves, and then more for the sleeves and less for the body, and then again more for the body. It's like an S. But here it was more for the sleeves, and then what was it? I had more for the body, and then here it was just more for the sleeves at the bottom, which is a little bit weird because we're supposed to have a bigger, like more room here. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, I think that's also why it's a little bit weird on the shape here. And then also because the sleeves are too tight. And I think that it's poking a little bit here also, but I think it's gonna get better with blocking. And the collar is double folded and it sits quite high, but I like that. So yeah, I'm going to show you here. Yeah, so now I just have to start the sleeves all over again. But I'd rather do the sleeves and like knit the sleeves again and have something that I will wear rather than having like finishing the sleeves and not wear this jumper because they're too tight and not comfortable. And especially I will have a lot of ribbing to do for the cuffs, so let's make the sleeves the right size before I do this cuff. And yeah, and I really want to finish this one because then I will start my partner's jumper with the same yarn, so I want to finish this one first. Next is another jumper where I also have some problems with the sleeves. So for this one, this is the Monday sweater by Petiteknit. Oh, and I didn't say, but this pattern is from a booklet from Sandnes Garn. So I don't think you can buy the pattern separately, but maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe on the website, sometimes they do sell some individual patterns, but not all of them. So maybe you can find it there, but I'm not sure about that. So the next one that I have is the Monday sweater by Petiteknit. And I'm knitting it in Drops Puna here, which is a DK weight yarn, 100% alpaca. And I think last time I showed it to you, I finished the body, if I'm not mistaken. A very basic raglan construction, but the sleeves are quite wide, and here it's the opposite. So I wanted to have, well, it's the same. The sleeves were too wide in the pattern, so I wanted to have more tapered sleeves. So I did more decreases. But on this one, the sleeves are too big. So in my size, I have to do decreases every 8th row, and I started doing decreases every 6th row on the first sleeve, which is this one here. And I thought it was too big, so I started the second one doing decreases every 4th row here. And I think it's still too big. I will put a picture, because I took a photo of it, of my two jumpers, but I will put a photo on the screen, maybe somewhere here. I'm leaving some space to show it to you. But I made the Nofran sweater many years ago, which is here. And same gauge, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm gonna try it on to show it to you. The neck is too wide, but I like the fit of the sleeves. So as you can see, I still have a bit of room here, here, and here. Maybe I can actually have wider sleeves, but I can put a shirt underneath, and especially like blouse underneath with long sleeves, and it still fits. I don't feel like it's too tight. So maybe if I have a bigger sleeve, it can be okay. But I really, really don't like to have really big sleeves because I can't put it underneath a jacket. So yeah, now that I'm trying it on, I'm thinking maybe I can actually knit another one with bigger sleeves. I'm not sure. I have like this more on the sleeves, like maybe 2 centimeters more on this one. So what should I do? I'm not sure. And I have to say, this one is the perfect size. It's one that I reach for all the time when I want to be comfy, when I just want to wear something that's going to be warm but not too much and that I'm going to be comfortable in. I wear it to go to work, I wear it at home. I do wear it a lot. The only thing that bothers me is the color that is stretching way too much here. So now I'm not sure. Should I knit it? Should I redo the sleeves? To do decreases every 3 rounds? I'm gonna try it on and show it to you. We don't see it as well because I have the needles, which makes it a little bit harder to see if it fits well or not. Because with the needles it flares out, so yeah. So as you can see, this one is really, really big and I don't want that. This one, I have all this, like, maybe I should go a little bit further and try to see how it looks like. And on this pattern, it cinches in a lot with the cuff. So, I'll see. I'm not sure now that I'm showing it to you. This is such a hard decision. So yeah, other than that, I follow the pattern, but I'm quite unsure about it. The other one, I'm sure I want to widen the sleeves. For this one, I'm not sure, so I'm kind of stuck and I don't want to knit the sleeves 3 times. Like, I've already made this part here, which is too big, this one again. I don't want to make this one a lot longer and then realize it's way too big, so yeah, I'm kind of stuck. I don't know what to do with it. So I'm knitting on other things at the moment. But I would love to finish it before summer because I don't want to put it aside and start knitting it again. In autumn, I want to finish it and be able to wear it as soon as it gets cold. And I don't know, I think that I also don't want to have a lot of alpaca fluff everywhere now. I also think I don't want to have a jumper, like it stays in my mind that I didn't finish it. So I actually do want to finish it and not have anything on my needles anymore with this jumper. Like, finish it, put it in my wardrobe and be able to wear it. But yeah, so I can actually plan and do something else rather than having another work in progress that I'm not actually knitting on. So that's also why I want to finish it. Then the next work in progress that I have, I'm going to show you, well, this one, I have it here. This one here, this is another one of my pattern that's is actually in testing right now, and this is the Brume scarf here. And I'm almost at the end. I have like maybe this left to go. And this is my second sample. I wanted to make another one, and I actually went to my stash to find something, like just one ball of yarn that I had and that I didn't know what to do with, and I found this one. I actually had 1.5. This is Phildar. It's Phil Soft. Phil Soft, yes, I think. And it's discontinued, but it's a Sandnes yarn with, I think it has alpaca in it. And so it's quite soft, and it's the stitch definition is not as good as in the other one, but it makes it a little bit more kind of like a little bit fluffy, but not the fluff of mohair. Like cloudy, Is it something? Yeah. If you can see. It's not blocked yet, but I absolutely love it. And for this one, I wanted to use the whole bowl that I had. I didn't want to have any yarn left, so I measured everything. So I weighted my yarn so I could use everything, except maybe a little tiny bit, just to make sure I can do all the decreases and not have and not run out of yarn. But yeah, I'm gonna use everything that I have, which is really good. I love knitting from my stash, and this is gonna look like this. Here I have the needles, so it's not very easy, but yeah, I still have like that much left, like around like this, so I can actually make a knot, and so it stays into place. And yeah, I should release the pattern, I think, like around mid-May, latest end of May, I hope. But yeah, here it is, and I'm really happy with this one. And I actually love seeing the testers' versions, because it's so different from my two versions. So I think it's so nice to be able to see other versions. And yeah, and then the last work in progress that I have, this one is a long-term whip. And this is the Wrap and Wrap half triangle wrap by Purl Soho. I'm not sure I will ever say the right name, but it's I would say half and wrap, half and half triangle wrap. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a free pattern by Purl Soho, and it's in garter stitch. We go back and forth. There are two sizes, and I'm making the bigger one. And we do some shawl throws. So this is gonna look like this, and from this it's gonna be, so as you can see, it's quite big. Like, and it's a little bit bunched up on the cable, so if I stretch it a little bit, I can't go all the way to the end. But yeah, so this is really big shawl. And actually I'm making it not to wear as a shawl, but more as a blanket, or when it's really cold in winter, then, and that I'm working from home and I need something warm to wear on my lap, on my shoulders, and yeah. And so this is the first color, and then we make a triangle here, so that's why it takes so much time. And then on the other side it's going to be a second color, which is beige for me, and I'm knitting it in this yarn. This is Sandnes Garn Super Soft. I will write the colorways down below or in Ravelry. And yeah, it's a fingering white yarn, so it takes a lot of time. And I just wanted to show you my progress on it, because actually that's what I've been working a lot on. When I say a lot, I have a baby, so I don't knit a lot. A baby and a toddler, so yeah. But yeah, I was here last time I showed it to you. Here. So it may not seem like a lot of progress, but it was. Sometimes I'm not even knitting one row, I'm just knitting half of it, or even just 1/4 of it. So yeah. When I was knitting on it last time, like a few days ago, I was like, oh, I remember that I wanted to finish it actually for my baby's birth, but here I am. Not at all close to the end, but I don't mind. The only thing is that I'm knitting it on 2.75mm needles, which is a size of needles that I'm using quite a lot. So yeah, they're on here, and if I want to make another project with those needles, I have to take them off this project, and then I'm not knitting on this one anymore. So yeah, that's the only problem, but I'm really happy about it. And this is my second ball of yarn, and I think I have 4 or 5 maybe, for each color. So far from being finished, but I'm really happy with this project and still love this color. And that's it for the projects. Now I have, I said I had one acquisition, but I actually want to show you 2 things. The first one is this pair of slippers. That were gifted from my cousin to my baby, and it's really nice because this is a pair that is that were hand knit, not by my cousin, she doesn't knit, but by a lady from which I bought some yarn like 6 years ago. I made a jumper out of it, and she hand spun it, and so she also made this pair of slippers. And so I think this is so nice to have those. And yeah, they're actually a little bit too big for my baby at the moment, which is not bad. So they will fit later, like next autumn and winter, I think. So this is gonna be really nice. Maybe even later. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I absolutely love this. And the second acquisition is also a present for my baby, and I think this was really nice too. So on my partner's side of his family, they gifted us some yarn. So on the package it was written to my son from the help from his mother, with his mother's help, and it was some yarn. So this is 100% alpaca from the Pyrenees. I don't know, the mountains. I don't know how to say them, the name in English, but it's all the way to the south in France. And so it's an alpaca farm. I have this here. If you can read, but yeah, I have 4 balls. It's 100 grams. It seems like it's DK weight yarn. I'm not really sure about that. And I have 4 balls of this. So I'd say I have around 800 meters. Around, because I'm not sure, since I have 400 grams. Maybe it's a little bit thicker than DK. I don't know. And so I was thinking, I wasn't really sure about what I wanted to make for him, because I do want to make something for him. It was a gift for him. But I was thinking that maybe I could do, like if I was doing a cardigan or a jumper or something to wear, he wouldn't be able to wear it for very long. So that would be a bit of a shame. And so I wanted to have something that he could keep. And so I thought maybe blankets. And it took a lot of time, but like this is not a lot to make a blanket. So I thought, in my stash, I actually have 400 grams also, I think, of DK weight alpaca yarn. And it's brown. So I thought I could make the Quilt Star blanket by Laura Penrose. Is it Quilt Star? It's the Stella Quilt blanket from Laura Penrose, which has different motifs of like quilting stars. She made it with different colors, but I thought I would only make it in white and brown. So I might do that. And since we're making squares, I can actually make it as kind of, not as big as I want. Like if I would knit back and forth until I ran out of yarn, I would be able to use every last bit of yarn that I have. But with those squares, I still want to have a rectangle blanket, not have like rectangle, then one square and run out of yarn. That would be a little bit weird. So I at least have to make 3 squares, or 4. But yeah, I can make like first like 4 squares and then add 2 at the top and maybe 3 and then 3 again. So I can make it grow like this. So at least I can make more. And if I run out, but I still have some yarn left, I can actually make a pillow or something like this. I'm not sure. But I want it to be like a heirloom piece that he can keep for a very long time. And for my toddler, one of my dad's cousin made him a blanket. She was sewing it, but yeah, she made him a blanket and we're still using it a lot. And so I thought that a blanket could, and he's 4, so I think that a blanket for my second son would be good too. So yeah, if you have any other idea, I would love to hear them. But yeah, I think this is a really, really great gift for a baby whose mom or is a knitter, mom or dad, or yeah, but at least I can make something for him with this beautiful yarn. And that's it for today. I don't have anything else to show you. So yeah, I hope that you have nice projects to knit on, that you are able to make beautiful things. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye!